earlier. Not like too long, but like just a small amount so I can get here a bit more in time. Because I do enjoy streaming. Like I in a sense kind of want to do this professionally. I know that I will take years, it will take hard work and stuff like that. And I know that. But personally, I just feel like slowly but surely. I just doing this slowly but surely. Sorry, I fucking misclicked some bullshit here. My bad. I tried to take them away because for some reason I have some random ass sound effects on my own sound effects, which is a selfie, gong, and a nuke alert. And I don't know how to take them away, so I managed to misclick that. Sorry, you literally just heard a big ass gong going around. Also, I'm gonna go and get myself a drink. I might need to fill up my drink soon. Because I'm technically having the same drink I had that I took with me to school. Well, it's half full. But yes, welcome! A tiny bit late today. No problem at all. As long as I stream. I don't want to like miss too many streams. I know that consistency is something you should have. I do love though that I'm supposed to make a scary videos thing, and there is none yet. There is none yet. I'm gonna wait until people have found that because I'm not good to find stuff like that anyway, so. Oh, it's the wrong thing. Hold on. Stream labels. Just like to announce that I'm live. I'm trying to remember, what did we do here? I know we met this guy. And... oh! There we go, so now it's gonna get up there as well. Anyway, I always thought to consider all possibilities. Then show me. I kinda still forgotten his voice. There should be a bloody handprint on the floor, so where did it go? Wait, I've done this, right? Yeah, misdid sometime. The board was moving. I think last time I did false testimony. The real contradiction here is the handprint itself, not where it was found. As the court can see, it's upside down. Good gracious, so it is. If the witness has put his hand against the board, the finger should be pointing upwards. What does that tell us? I'm gonna unhook my chat here. There we go, so I can have it over here. So I can see you lovely people if you wish to speak to me. Is there anything else I need to fix? I don't think so. I've taken a drink. I've taken a drink as a lord last time. Just checking some stuff. It tells one simple fact. When this handprint was made, the board must have been laying on the floor as previously suggested. Which means that after the incident, it must have been moved.
Objection!
And two of them are pouting their asses. You're claiming that somebody moved the notice board after shoot. Then tell the court who. I don't know yet, but the point is, when you consider all the testimonies we've heard so far, we can only be very clear on one point. And that would be the position of the notice board at the time of the incident, my lord. So, counsel, I must ask you to clarify your assertion for the court. At the time of the incident, where do you maintain the notice board was situated? Over here somewhere, then.
Take that!
It was right there, my lord. Goodness, no, I'm afraid I don't quite see your logic. I am disappointed, Renus. In Japan, we're thought to have patience and respect for our elders. So until his lordship sees your logic, you will know your place and not move from that spot. What am I watching right now? Okay, so not there then. The worst part is, like, I have a bit of a headache. Like, not headache, but like, my head is heavy. I feel like it's always like whenever I'm trying to do programming or dealing with some sort of programming. I don't know. Might just be me. Might just be whining. Probably. Okay, I'm gonna fuck this up. I know that. So... the door opens there. I'm gonna just... where was the notice board at the time? So... he slipped of blood. I made a figure for it. Which means it would be around this area.
Take that!
I'm just gonna do this because I'm not... this is the only possible location, so I was a bit too far to the right. Immediately adjacent to the doorway. If the court would think back to the testimony given by the defendant earlier, he said that when he entered the room, it was dark and he couldn't see the body. I can also forgot that guy's voice, but I now remember. If the notice board has been here, the body would have been completely hidden from view. And the light from the candles would have been blocked, making the room appear dark.
Objection!
But the accused also claims that the victim's body simply appeared before him. That's true. Or, in his precise words... The door flew open and I heard a man scream. It was only then that the body of the Inspector Gregson appeared before me. So it more or less means that's when he noticed it. I don't know about this shilling and a calling and a scream, but it was talking about me. No mistake. Because it was me that kicked the door open. Or was it this side? I don't know which side it really was on. If you look at the floor plan, I also have a blister. I either have a blister or I have a wound in my mouth. I mean, it might be that more or less causing my head to fucking explode. Yeah, it would slam open doing that. That can't. The door struck the notice board, knocking it over and making the victim's body visible. But good gracious. My client has told nothing but the truth. He has simply described what he saw. Order! Counsel, how has this not come to light before? After the incident, someone must have righted the board and moved it. What am I watching? I have a YouTube video on with Markiplier, but I don't know what the fuck this is or what, if it is a game or even. Oh, it is a game. Okay, now I know what it is. In the position where the police, myself, and my colleagues saw it when investigating the room. Witness, what have you to say for yourself? What? Me, my lord? You and your fellows were there at the scene before anybody else. It goes without saying that you must know something about the position of the notice board. The witness in the stand will testify again. You will each explain exactly what you did upon arriving at the scene of the crime. Stop looking over your glasses at me. I get message. I don't know anything about their notice board. I just whipped my hand off on it, that's all. I don't know why, I just fucking love when she does that.
Hello there.
Oh, that's loud. Hello! Welcome! Finally, the sounds works again. I hope at least the stream events also works, because now I can actually fix that myself. But yeah, welcome, Rip. Sometimes I feel I miss a EP or something. But yeah, welcome. I hope you have a good day. And more or less it's a bit late, because we end school around 5. Most of the days I've been able to go early. But today we stayed over, just fixed everything we needed, so... It also takes a lot of time for my computers to start. It's a slow bastard. It's a good computer because it can run a lot of the games, but it's slow. It is so slow. Well, don't look at me. I haven't got a clue about it. I was doing business with some second years at the time. Yeah, I don't know if you have seen her, but she apparently can lit a matchstick on her ass and sells fireworks. I don't know about... no, nothing about... I'm not anything. I'm just a... Why is done to me? What's a reaper, I bet? He got a face that screamed bored. Wait, he got a face that screams bored. Also, can you stop doing that with your lip? I'm pretty certain there's something wrong with his lip. It's... Something is wrong. I do wonder if the sound alerts are a bit too loud. I don't know. There we go. But I can't see how this changes anything. And anyway, the detective still died when we heard the gunshot. He didn't. And like in a sense, I think I have solved it, because apparently she sells the Venus firecracker, the Venus Dawn firecracker. I am gonna call her Venus Dawn, because her name is Venus in the game, and I know a VTuber called Venus. So I'm gonna call it that. But apparently these are firecrackers that are what is it? 100 smaller fireworks, or firecrackers. So they sound like a gunshot. So I believe that this is not because a bullet hit it. This is because a firecracker was hidden in it and it exploded. That's what they heard. So they never heard the gunshot. They heard a firecracker. So none of you can elaborate further. Shaken by the crime they witnessed, and with only the light of a few candles and an oil lamp which to see, we can explain these witnesses to be able to give a more precise account of what happened. That's right, yeah. I don't pay to expect too much. It is a man's endless quest for knowledge that destroys the world. That's what I think. Fuck, that's deep. Fuck, that's deep. Do you really? In any case, as this testimony shows, even if the notice board was moved by somebody and following the incident, it makes no difference. It makes a lot of difference. Apparently the notice board covered the body, and then when they slammed the door open, they apparently just tilted over the notice board. Oh, it's after 5 o'clock. Hello. When the gunshot rang out, the accused was the only person at the scene. In short, the only person who can possibly have committed this crime is Baruch Van Sees. None of this wrangling over the board changes that simple fact. Quite so, quite so. Does the defendant still wish to cross-examine the witness despite the circumstances? Hell yeah. Most certainly, my lord. Fuck yeah, I'm gonna do that. They're not gonna escape me. I'm gonna chase their asses to the end. Okay.
Hold it!
Whew. So you admit that it was the board you wiped your bloody hand on? I admit it. What's to admit? It's plain as day for all I see a smashing print on my right hand. Perhaps you want to hide that handprint. So you righted the notice board and pushed it back to the corner, did you? No, no! Imagine the white of the great lump. They all look like a powerful, well-nurtured man. Well, did you see anybody else moving the board? I got nerves of steel, I can tell you. But even I have my limits. There was a body on the floor in front of me, and the Grim Reaper himself standing over it. And there was precious little light inside, either. My bottom lip was all a quiver. In other words, this witness is unable to give definitive testimony at that point. Well, yes, it would seem. Well, I did talk about the matchstick.
Hold it!
When you say you were doing business with them, do you mean you were selling them fireworks?
Yeah, what else? There's the Priori school just around the corner, see? Those cheeky little so-and-sos have got a plan to blow the school to Kingdom Come.
Jesus, she doesn't give a shit. Huh.
So I've been telling on them, letting their teachers know what they're up to.
Oh, you have?
Yeah, we don't want anyone to get hurt. So I let the school know the kids are playing with dodgy toys. Then, praise the Lord, the teachers take all the fireworks off them. And then, praise the Lord again, the kids all come back to buy more.
Okay, that's a fucking selling point. I didn't think that far. That's a fucking selling point. Yo. The problem is, personally, I cannot complain. First of all, she's selling fireworks. At this point of time, there is not really much of a law of who can actually buy fireworks. And, well, fair point, she actually tells on them. It's their own fault to try and buy more. Oh god.
Of course, and sometimes the teachers give me a little bonus to thank me for letting them know. It's a bit the old life of selling explosives.
Venus Dawn is a guileful goddess indeed. As I said, I'm gonna add that because I know someone.
Well, telling barefaced lies is kind of my thing, really. I'm never good at it.
Excuse me? I do wonder if Venus would see that one, though. Something wrong, Mr. Sandwich? If I said there was... could we just leave it at that? Would be the end of it? I do love he always reacts, but he always is like, nah, sure, we can say it was, but please do not ask more. Did Miss Venus Dawn's statement just now bring something to mind, perhaps? Philosophical thought. Deep philosophical thought. Let's say there was a great liar. And the great liar said without battling, baiting an eye, telling barefaced lies, kind of my thing. Ever so good at it. Will those words of her be a lie or two, or the truth? In which case she is not a liar. Oh, that's a hellish paradox, that one. Don't you think? I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. But it seems to me you're suggesting Miss Venus has been lying, are you? I take that as a yes.
What are you about, old man? Trying to cause trouble, are you? Keep on like...
Oh god, what's gonna happen?
Oh god, and I've wrapped your whole body in firecrackers and set them off. I'll give you something to tremble about.
You have a startling, disturbing mind behind that sweet and innocent face, you young lady. Fuck, I'm watching so many streams that whenever I like remember something what they have said about themselves and stuff, like just like that sentence is kinda something. So Miss Venus Dawn has lied in her testimony. I'm gonna do that because I want to. Is that what you're saying, Mrs. Sandwich? Well, it means people be burning in the hellfire for the rest of my days. So be it. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Can you elaborate, sir? All the blah here are headed for the room where the gunshot seemed to come from. But there was someone else who crept up the stairs behind him too. That's right. They're not a liar over there. Well, I'm pretty certain she said she didn't follow. She actually went to get the cops. Do you mean to say that you did in fact betake yourself to the scene of the crime after all? Why? I know they used to exist or still exist those kind of like matches, but how the hell is her ass so like, how to say, firm that she actually can lit it on it? Fucking ass of steel.
I said I was good at telling barefaced lies, didn't I?
Yes, you mentioned it.
Well, that revelation...
Oh, I kind of forgot her voice.
That revelation rocked the whole courtroom, didn't it?
The new firecrackers packed such a punch. So you did indeed visit the scene of the crime, did you? Young lady, good grief.
Well, now that you mentioned it, I suppose perhaps. I do clearly remember climbing the stairs to the room, yeah.
Either you clearly remember it or you don't. Well, I consider a fitting punishment for this perjurous act later. For the time being, you will immediately amend your testimony to reflect the truth.
Oh yes, my lord, of course.
Hold it!
You make a habit of lying, do you, Miss Venus Dawn?
Well, I suppose so. I don't really know, to be fair. If you want my advice, though, I take everything I say with a big pinch of salt.
Alright, but you did in fact go to the room where the victim was killed on the day in question, didn't you?
Oh, please, as if I would. I can't think of anything more terrifying.
The truth, please.
Well, alright. Just a bit then. I mean, a girl my age is curious about stuff, you know?
What am I supposed to answer to that? Did you touch anything at the scene?
Oh, please, I would. I mean, there was a dead body on the floor.
The truth, please. It's just like, just tell the truth.
Well, alright, just a bit then. I had a look and see if there was anything I could sell. I'll give him a place of one place a once over. There was nothing to write home about.
Right. Now I hesitate to ask, but you didn't move the notice board by any chance, did you?
Oh, please, as if I would touch anything like that.
Yo, Aaron, welcome! Yeah, I'm doing well today. It either is the warmth, but I feel like a part of my head is a bit like heavy, but it might be either the work or the heat. I don't know. Or the blister in my mouth, because my mouth had like a wound or a blister for a time. But how are you? How is everything? How is life? The truth, please.
Well, alright then. I thought there might be something worth having underneath it.
Well. Oh! Okay, so you didn't know about that part. You mean when I'm reading. It's because whenever I play I don't know, another sort of game where I have to do a lot of stuff on the screen, I tend to have my chat over here. But on this game, where it's mostly just reading the text down below, or doing other stuff, I actually have my chat on my screen. I have it like out of the OBS thing. It has it as a separate window. So I now have it here. So it makes it easier to see when people are reading. Okay, yeah. Oh god. Oh my god. Yeah, so to make it simple to explain, I still use, but I used to have something called stream loot. Which is literally you can buy a pack of cards and make me do stuff like ASMR, reversed headphones, which I'm gonna be honest, fucked me over a lot in Alien. And for example, the spooky, scary skeleton thing. So I sent that now to my points. I still have the spooky, scary skeleton thing. Yeah, I'm gonna have to shave myself again. I often wait a long time until I do that. I am gonna have to do that again. I'm guessing you all you are telling me that just so you can call me a baby boy.
So blast the flipping thing. Sorry, flip the blast thing.
You're telling us. Wait, I'd add what to my cards to shave my beard? That you did move the board.
I think that's slipped out, didn't it?
Why? I don't think I am gonna do that, because sure, I am gonna actually try to shave more often so I don't have like a big beard. But this is more or less for streaming thing, and I feel like it's something I'm gonna do while I'm streaming more than in between streamings. So I might not gonna do that. It was a good idea, I'm not gonna lie, it was a good idea, but most of the time it's mostly just while I'm streaming rather than in like after, because for example, if people would play the card multiple times, then I have to somehow just return the cards all the time. Especially when I absolutely cannot shave anymore. Plus, these are cards you actually pay for, and I don't think people want to have like a card that takes months or weeks to use. You're just saying sorry, and I'm looking around like, what is gonna pop up on my screen? I was like, what is that? I've never seen that before. Team High. What are you sorry? What are you sorry? What are you apologizing for? I feel like I am just like surrounded by what many of my streamer friends call goblins, as they most call themselves as well. And each time someone is just apologizing, I don't know if it's something they have done or something they will do. Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh my god. Oh, yeah, that one. That one was... That was a good one. That was like a good one, god damn it. I'm literally looking around like, is there gonna be some sort of pop-up about another sort of like sound alert? Is this gonna be something else? Like, what is happening? I do love I am the streamer, but I don't know what's happening on my own stream sometimes. I don't believe that girl doesn't think. So, did you find anything then? Something you might have taken, perhaps, to sell. Sorry, just checking some stuff.
Oh, please. I should be so like...
The truth now.
Oh, I might have found this old pocket watch under the notice board, I suppose. It's a junk like this can't be worth much.
Oh, it's Greg. I guess it's Gregson's. It must have been Gregson's thing. Young lady, may I remind you where you are?
That watch, that there. That was present to expect a Gregson from the yard.
What in the... Okay, yeah, I have no idea what you just wrote. I tried to search it up, and I couldn't get anything.
The professor case, no doubt. The boss used to wind it up every evening without fail when he was waiting for his grub to come at a pub.
I see.
I swiped it off him once and Blimey was upset. It gave me a right earful. That he hadn't missed a day in the last 10 years polishing it and winding it. It meant the world to him, that watch.
Ah. Okay, then I understand what that means. It's always like, I have so many goddamn languages sometimes, it's just like, okay, what's going on here? But yeah, I did fell for it. Absolutely. Mostly because, as I've said before, I'm a person that takes some stuff literally. So when you start talking about real things, as in if you're apologizing, talking about gaming stuff or other things, then I might actually fall for it. When it's weird stuff like just talking about a name, then I might more or less just get my guard up. I believe she might do that. She has already said that she might actually have enough to do that.
Wouldn't give me a penny for it. Said it wasn't working. Knocked about worthless, he called it. I knew you should have left it.
That watch must be submitted as evidence at once.
Oh, please. Just as long as you promise to give it back when you're done. Not a chance. I'll swipe it from you if you get to try grubby meds on it again.
That's enough. Have the watch by live forthwith. Now, children. What's your manners? Also, saying children, I'm pretty certain like Gina is like around your age, isn't she? We don't know the age of these three though, so that's a bit difficult to say. 18. She's older. She's actually older. That's fair. I don't know how old I am, actually. I'm pretty certain you used to actually say, but I guess we have so many people, it just disappeared. Good lord. The glass appears to be broken. More than likely. It shattered when the inspector was shot.
It doesn't tick anymore either. Which is why Jabez didn't want it. What a waste.
Yes, indeed. It appears to have been stopped at the hour of 5. at the hour of 5, so... Okay. Also, I'm gonna save for safety reason, because I've already, like, lost a lot of health in this. Or tries, more or less. Just worried I'm just gonna fuck it up and just go back to where I was before.
You suppose the prosecution's claim, of course.
Inspector Gray's pocket watch that he would, without fail, every single day is no longer ticking. Okay, so I'm gonna go and check that out. I'll always have to check everything, because who knows, might be something interesting hiding. The knob is missing. There's a tiny little stub sticking out from the small hole here. Look.
I suppose there must have been a little knob or something that was setting the time.
In that case, seeing as we know the inspector took much good care of his watch, it probably broke when the incident occurred, didn't it?
Yes, of course.
Which would mean that there is a small part of the watch that is still at the scene, maybe. Okay. Oh! 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 I know!
What a shame. Well, the inspector clearly took a look after it so carefully.
I know, I see underneath it. This thing. We had a key that was smaller than most of them. And there's a tiny little keyhole here. Can you see?
Oh yes, that's probably the winder. Used to wind up the mechanism.
It looks a little unusual, don't you think?
Yes. You just need to get the right key to wind it, I imagine.
Yeah, I've seen that before. I know exactly what that is. Because I first thought like, oh, it has literally stopped. We have the key. I kind of want to wind it. But I thought you winded it from the top. So it was a bit odd, like it has just stopped and it's broken. But like, what if the winding mechanism was just out, which means that it did not stop at 5. It just got out of juice at 5. So I'm gonna... I think I've checked this already, but I'm gonna do this again. Just checking. Mr. Sato, do you think perhaps this key could be the key for Inspector Grayson's watch?
Oh, yes, it could be. Let's try it at once. There's not a moment to lose.
Let's try it. Yeah, it still works. I knew it, a perfect fit.
And look, the inspector's watch. It started going again.
Yeah, so it has obviously not just been wound up, that's all. What is it, Mr. Sato?
Well, if the watch isn't actually broken after all, I have a feeling it could be profound implications.
Yeah, because they said he always wind it up for I don't know if it's for each day or each night. I don't know when it started, but that means that if he missed one time, that means that the whole like he missed a whole day, which means he has been dead. Does it better start thinking deeply too? Yeah, but that means that we have some information here as well. That's good. Let's see, we have updated this. Well, it will appear that the mystery of the moving notice board has been solved at last. And as predicted, it has very little bearing to the case. And now then, continue with the cross-examination, please, counsel.
Hold it!
But you did go to see what had happened in the room, didn't you? Francis' estate is my world. It's all I don't know, and I know all of it. I have to make my business to make it. I want to hold my sign up high. So you did go to see what will happen. This is not the destination that this is important. It's how you get there, isn't it? Did you notice the notice board in the room? If you really should think about it, they're both the same piece. These pieces are only both different members of the same family. So if I spotted it, I might have tried to tribute up at the sense of revelry, I admit. Science. Homo science. Does that mean that you didn't notice the board? I can repeat what I said before. Yes. Oh, good God. In any case, just who was responsible for moving the notice board?
Hold it!
We already know who moved the board. What exactly do you mean by that? Oh, come on now. Don't tell us that you not noticed. Sorry, I thought something happened there. But not notice board. They're not one thing I use alive. It's life. You know, see it in his eyes. I'm gonna do this side because for some reason this side doesn't really work as well as this side. I can't say I've never noticed. I tell you one thing for free though. I never took my eye off that man on the floor. Or the Reaper, not for a second. Sorry. Well, I was scared. I couldn't. You never know what a feeling like that might do if you look away, do you? If you didn't take your eyes off the defendant, you should be able to confirm categorically whether or not he was the one who moved the notice board. I can. The Reaper didn't do nothing of the sort. I can swear it on that. I couldn't have missed it if he may have the thing up right again and right on the corner, to the corner. Right. Glad we cleaned that up. What happened to the face that screamed bored? It was 5 o'clock in the afternoon that you all heard the loud bang, wasn't it? Maybe the notice bar fell over, or maybe it didn't. Maybe it fell over, or maybe it didn't. Oh, maybe I fell over, I didn't. But the Reaper's fate is sealed either way, because of that gunshot we all heard. The fate is sealed too. My fate? That's right. The defense is fated to lose, and the prosecution to win. In other words, it's all hinges on that single gunshot. So, if I could just find some problem with that part of their story. It might be possible. Maybe to change all of our fates. How much to go on? As you pinned out, Miss Naruto, there's no question that the notice board was moved. So somebody must have done it. But it happened after the event, so... Oh god. Maybe it's not irrelevant to the case. But it seems to have a deliberately positioned so it was to hide the body from view. So I feel sure that there was some deep significance to all of this. Yes, I know what you mean. I know that there is more clues to be uncovered. You're on the right track, I can feel it. So I think I'm gonna save first, and I am gonna try to... I'm gonna give a little thing to Mr. Sign, or Sandwich. Because he says he died when he died, and we all say that because that's the time when the clock stopped. But the clock's still ticking, which means that he must have not been alive at a certain moment because he never stopped winding that up. So I'm gonna present the clock for him.
Objection!
Yeah, there we go. I'm afraid that's not necessarily the case.
Oh.
At the scene, we found this key to the winder of the inspector's pocket watch. A key. And having wound the pocket watch, we discovered that it in fact still works. You see, the watch didn't stop because it was broken at all. And that fact completely undetermines one of the most fundamental premises on which the entire case has been built. What? Order, but the council. The watch was stopped at almost exactly 5 o'clock.
Yeah, which is just when we heard the gunshot.
It is exactly on the hour. The time that was showing on the watch tells us nothing other than when it wound down. It's merely a coincidence that it happened to be at 5 o'clock.
Objection.
Even if that's true, the 3 witnesses all heard the gunshot 5 o'clock. That obviously when the crime was committed.
Objection.
No, that doesn't hold. Why not? Recall what Inspector Lestrade said only moments ago. The boss used to wind it up every evening without fail when he was waiting for his grub to come at pub. Instead, he had missed a day in the last 10 years polishing it and winding it. It meant the world to him, that watch. The victim was in the habit of winding his watch once a day in the evening. We can reasonably assume, therefore, that he wound the timepiece on the evening before he died as well. Yes, that would be entirely reasonable. But if that's the case, you wouldn't expect the watch to completely wound it down by 5 o'clock the following day. That means that he missed a day. In summary, the evening before the day of the incident, when the gunshot rang out in that room, the inspector was already unable to wind his watch. You cannot mean... What would stop a man from winding his watch if he has been in the habit of winding it every single evening for 10 years? The obvious answer is that he was already dead. Order! Counsel, that is the most extraordinary claim.
Objection.
Extraordinary isn't the word, it's absurd. You claim he was already dead the night before. You really think that Scotland Yard coroner would have overlooked something like that? Well?
On that subject, there is something rather surprising. There's actually an omission in the coroner's report. The time of death is not noted.
That's right. Wait a minute! You're forgetting that my legs went from under me when I kicked the door down. What do you mean? Like I said, I planted my hand on a dirty grey puddle of blood. Yes, so the victim's blood hadn't dried. It was fresh. You catch it on fast, doesn't it?
Objection.
But that blood could have explained in any number of ways. It could have been put there afterwards. So fresh blood could have been poured over the victim's body. Does my learned friend never think the fresh blood is available on every street corner?
Well, it's needn't necessary to have been human blood, of course. I've been told previously that Scotland Yard has no way of identifying blood as a human.
The problem is currently being researched. At present, you are correct. It's beyond our abilities. So then, a chicken's blood could have been used, for example.
It's certainly possible that it wasn't expecting the inspector blood at all.
Objection.
But the gunshot was heard at 5 o'clock that afternoon. But that's beyond question. Is it though? What? Given that the time of death of the victim has already been called into question, it isn't beyond the realm of possibility that the witness heard wasn't a gunshot at all.
Oh, please, what are you trying to say?
That's not know what we heard. It was a loud bang that came from the room. No, you listen to me. That's a street someone's ears. All his livelihood. Apparently was allowed to keep the whip. I don't know about your ears, sir, but all you can state with certainty is that you heard a noise. Eh? Explain yourself then, counsel. A noise that sounds like a gunshot could have been made with
Take that!
something like this. The culprit would have set off one of these to fake a gunshot. Good gracious, the very firework that are sold by the witness.
Now hold on a minute. Are you saying I did it? My pretty little firecrackers only make a little pop anyway. See?
Not 100 of them together. The Venus Dawn special that you sell for 600 pennies sounds like this. As the court can now attest, it sounds very much like a gunshot in fact. Are you trying to suggest that somebody set one of those fireworks off at the scene? I'm suggesting that somebody knew the defendant was at the room at 5 that day, and sought to implicate him for creating a sound like a gunshot for these peddlers on Francis Street to hear.
Objection!
But even that accused himself has testified that he saw no one else in the room at the time. Whether it was a gunshot or a firecracker, the one person present to cause that bang was Baruch Van C.
One whiff of a match and my firecrackers go pop. See? It's why people like him.
I fear for your fingers, young lady.
Objection!
Recently during my time here in Britain, I've learned a very useful invention indeed. Something called a timed bomb. Good heavens, a bomb! Yes, a device that allows you to blow up whatever you like, whenever you like.
Mr. Hoodoo, I'm worried your unfortunate phrasing there may lead to yet another international incident.
No, wait. It's the whenever you like part that's important. A timed device. Yes, exactly. A timed device. Something of the nature that had been planted at the scene. A device that's able to produce the sound of a gunshot long after the culprit had left. You're extravagant. I cannot read that. Claim will have been sustained with evidence, counsel. What proof do you have suggesting in any way that the timed device was employed to create a gunshot sound? I'm gonna say because I don't trust myself. I'm gonna say because I don't trust myself. I'm gonna say this, but
Take that!
as the court has already discussed, the tip of one of the candles in the candelabrum has been blown off. Indeed, because it was struck by the bullet, which is presumably passed through the victim. I don't think that's possible, my lord. Not possible. Why? Because of the scorching. There are gunpowder scorch marks clearly visible on the broken candle. But there are. Oh, goodness me, yes. But is it not the case? There was also scorching on the victims around the bullet and entry wound. That's right, there was. But as we heard earlier, scorching like that only occurs when the target is at a very close range. a matter of centimeters from the gun. Which means that the scorching on that candle can't possibly be the result of a gunshot. You're suggesting it came from the firework. Well, it's not like you could do that. Literally, like, firework, wax around it, the little... What is it called in English? The little... the wick? Is it called a wick? I think it's called a wick or something. Just like that, the candle goes down, it reaches the little firework, boom. There we go. How can that be, eh? The fact that there is so much visible scorching on the candle suggests that the firework must have been right next to it when it exploded. Or, well, you could do that as well, like it was just near it. Or, to put it in another way, the candle and the firecrackers were joined together. Or, this thing I just said. The culprit somehow attached the firecrackers at a point part way down the candle. After the killer left the scene, the candle slowly burnt down along with the other two, until eventually ignited the fuse of the firecrackers, generating a loud and that is how these three witnesses came to believe they had heard a gun shot at 5 o'clock. Well, that was a plot. And this implies that the victim would have died earlier. That we led to believe, the previous day even. And now, just hold your horses. All of us saw the victim going into the building, remember? I couldn't forget that flame-colored hair, even if I wanted to. The person you saw entering the building wasn't a victim at all. Whoops, sorry. I misclicked some stuff here. Consider this. Obviously, anybody can wear a wig. So the person that these witnesses saw entering the building 15 minutes before the incident occurred could easily have been someone else entirely, wearing a red hairpiece. Someone else? Do you mean to say? It was the same person who contrived the firecracker trick. In other words, Inspector Gregson's killer. Oh, very impressive, Ryunosuke. Naruto. I'm really quite amazed you have come this far. Well, after all, wasn't I the one who told you that you had all the makings of a great defense lawyer? I also noted the lack of time of death on this report, a stark omission. But as far as I'm concerned, this whole country's justice system leaves a lot to be desired. Is it pissing on their laws right now? Order! Prosecutor Asogi! What on earth do you mean by that statement? I hear that many of the leading members of the Britain's judiciary are present to observe this trial today. So we cannot allow even the slightest doubt to be overlooked. The defense assertion about the time of death based on the victim's stopwatch is just conjecture. But, while the possibilities exist that my learned friend may be correct, we have yet duty to explore it. Well, certainly, I would agree with you. And what immediately comes to mind is, of course, what was Inspector Gregson doing? Where did he go on the day before the incident? Do you know? The inspector always carried out his investigations work alone. His movements were treated as a confidential within Scotland Yard. Even within the Yard. However, considering the evidence we have been presented with so far, I'd say it's fairly apparent what case the man was pursuing, wouldn't you, my learned friend?
I do have a feeling about what case might have been investigated.
Yes, I agree. Surely. My lord, the defense believe it can explain the court the case that was being investigated by Inspector Gregson at the time of his death. Very well, counsel. Present your argument to the court. What evidence is suggestive of the case being investigated by the inspector? The notice board itself, right? A freestanding notice board completely covering notes articles relating to the victim of the Reaper.
Take that!
Oh, for fuck's sake, mate. That was my last one as well. Fucking hell. Isn't it the notice board? Literally. Okay, I'm gonna check something here then. That's odd. I was pretty certain it was the notice board. Because it literally says this has all the things about the killer. Oh, wait. What was it for something? What proof do you have to suggest in any way that the time device... Oh, okay, it's this thing.
Take that!
So I'm just gonna skip this as good as I can. I'm gonna think of something. Oh yeah. Going back to where we were. Oh. There we go. So now we're just gonna go back to where we were. And there was no stop here. It was literally just talk. Let's just jump back. Jump forward more or less, not jump back. I should have saved. I was so certain it was that, but it was not. Okay, I'm gonna save again. As I said, I don't trust myself, and it's more or less been proven. It might have been I just forgot to check this thing, because we never did really check the front side. No, it doesn't really update much here. We only have the handprint back here.
Take that!
Apparently this, I don't know why. I believe this red hairpiece points to the answer. Oh, because he wore it and I needed like... Okay, I understand now. We might assume that it was a part of a disguise used to carry out an undercover investigation. Surely not. Such a brightly colored hairpiece would not serve
to make the inspector more noticeable.
Yes, that's quite true. It would definitely have made him stand out in a crowd. Except that is in a crowd of gentlemen from the Red-Headed League.
The Red-Headed League.
So, you already worked it out.
But what on earth is this all about? Is there such an extraordinary league of gentlemen?
The Red-Headed League is currently under investigation for grand deception.
Deception of what nature, Council?
They've been targeting red-headed men across all London and tricking them into a small sum of money. 2 men were arrested for the misdemeanor only yesterday, in fact. My lord, the defense calls for those 2 men to be summoned at once.
But the 2 redheads?
Why does he sound like shocked about that? Inspector Gregson clearly infiltrated the Red-Headed League using this hairpiece. So it's very likely that he had a direct contact with these criminals. And it's quite possible that such contact led to more serious events. Wait! Hold the fucking horses here. Wait a second. So, on an account of the request of the late Ezekiel Hopkins of Lebathon, there is now another vacancy order which is entires members of the League of to a salary of £4 a week. Do you know what I guess? They killed him and did this. They killed him and then did this advertisement. That's what I guess now.
I concur that we cannot in good conscience leave this new avenue unexplored.
So we're not really fighting against Isogi right now. We're literally just fighting alongside him.
The prosecution will immediately arrange for the charged men to appear. Bring these 2 Red-Head League conspirators before me, Prosecutor Asogi.
At once, my lord.
Very good. We will have 30 minutes recess. Court is adjourned.
I do really enjoy the music in this game. I actually have 2 on Spotify right now I listen to. Bum, 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 bum. Ba-dum. Yes, save my progress. Hi, Turtle Girl! Welcome to the stream! Was a bit late today because I more or less stopped schoolwork at 5. And my computer takes like a half an hour, 20 minutes to start. But yeah, welcome! Welcome! You haven't missed that much. Oh, I'm doing fine. It's either because like my head, part of my head, at least here, is a bit heavy. It's either because of the weather, like how warm it is, or it's because of programming or the blister in my mouth. I don't know which one, but I want to blame programming because holy shit, I sometimes feel like I hit a brick wall when I'm trying to do shit like that. But I'm doing fine. Mentally and physically, I'm doing fine. I say both because even though I might be mentally, well, physically fine, who knows what's going on in my head. Sure, I'm still worried about some stuff now and then, but that's just me. What kept you my dear fellows? Hello, Mr. Sholmes. So, to recap what happened, we tried to figure out what happened with the board. Apparently, it stood in front of the body, because that's why the handprint was on it, because it apparently has fallen over when the three witnesses just barged in. And apparently the girl moved it to the side again. For some reason. I do love how like quiet you became there. But also, how are you, Turtle Girl? How are you? How is your day? How are you? Are you feeling well? But yes, apparently she moved that, so she found Mr. Gregson's watch, which apparently had been broken at the exact moment of time when the bullet struck him. Or so it was thought, because apparently we had the little key to wind it up, and it still worked. So we had the idea that it wasn't broken, it was not wind up the day before, which means that he might have been dead for a day before that. Ooh, yeah, I hope it goes well with that. I don't know what sort of stuff it is, but I hope it goes well. Yeah, I'm doing whatever I can. I don't do things after school because I feel like... But first of all, there's not really much I can do, and I feel like I'm doing so much work under the day that when I try to do it after, it's just like, nah. I need a break. I am a person that knows when I need a break and knows how to take a break. But yeah, I hope it goes well at least. So yeah, apparently it was not wind up, which means that he died the day before because he forgot to wind up his clock. And Gina told us he never does that. He never forgets it because he takes care of that clock. So then we're wondering why then could we hear a gunshot? Apparently someone had brought a firecrackers in the size of a gun, more or less a gunshot, and more or less put it together with the candle, lit the candle and went out. So literally when the candle went down to the firecrackers, they exploded. So we now try to figure out what was he investigating. Yeah, the firecracker girl with a firm ass, if we say so. I don't know what else to say. I can say an ass of steel. But literally, her ass is so firm she can light a fire on it. And I know that those are literally meant to more or less light a fire anywhere, but still. Like, being able to do it on your ass is like something. But apparently, as we found out, he had a wig which was red. So we had to figure out why was he there? What was he doing at the time? Because if he actually died the day before, he must have been somewhere there. He must have done something. So he has red hairpiece, which in the obvious state is connected to this. What's interesting is that I'm pretty certain this is today's newspaper. And it says that the account of the bequest of the late Ezekiah Hopkins of Lebanon, PA, USA, then I am getting the feeling that Gregson was killed and then they did this because they need a new person. You sure about what you said in there? Not the boss, you know, actually died in the day before? It's pretty hard to swallow.
Yes, I was shocked by the revelation too, Gina.
Also kind of fun because apparently the firecracker girl was called Venus. And I know a streamer called Venus Dawn. So I literally start calling her Venus Dawn whenever someone mentioned the name Dawn. No, mentioned the name Venus, not Dawn. As was I, possibly more shocked than both of you. It's not a competition, Mr. Sholmes. I was more shocked than all of you put together. This is out of the report in question, is it? Yes, it's strange that there's no time of death noted. I suppose there's a simple explanation, or perhaps it was deliberately omission. But yeah, Venus Dawn is a good bean.
Oh dear. If it was deliberate.
Like, to be honest, most of the association of streamers I have and streamers I know and very often watching, like many of them are good beans. Miyako, for example. Miyako, was it? It was Miyako, right? Hold on, I'm trying to remember the name. I'm pretty certain it was Miyako. Yeah, Miyako. Miyako just come around then. He gave me the drink some stuff. Sip on some water. And then I just explained that I had two of those different, so Gani did the second one, so I drank from a horn. But yeah, even Miyako is a good bean. I've been late with him. I played some Among Us. It was on Saturday. I played with Miyako, Yoko, and some other fellas. Was Naotek me? No, it was not Naotek. It was some other people I cannot remember the name of because I never really met them before. But we played rather late, so that's why I did not stream the day after. So that's why I was canceling Sunday stream. But it was fun. We would have wanted more people though. We were like 5 people. It was literally killing one. There were 4 people, like, no, killing 2. There were 3 people left. And most of the time, those 2 people were always together, which means, oh, you're the one. My sleuth hound interest was merely piqued too slightly by the rare scent of a weekly 4-pound income. 4-pound income. And that sense masked the undialing scent of deception, I suppose. But it was fun. Like, they're good people. It's a good community. I love my community, and I love the people I've learned to know in my community and in association with other streamers. And I mean other streamers as the association as well. Good people. Speaking of, I'm pretty certain she is streaming. Did I raid her last time? I think I did.
Mrs. Shom's suit, I mean.
That's Rousey. I wonder what what took him in. That's a tip-off of a good law abiding citizen. Indeed, yours truly. There's going to be a pair, that pair in the witness stand next, is it? So we met 2 red-haired people before, and apparently those 2 are gonna be the next witnesses. Something doesn't quite make sense to me though. The day before Inspector Gregson was found, you hadn't had trouble with the Red-Headed League yet, had you? Why would the inspector have been investigating them? Well, the likely explanation would be that Gregson's own sleuth hound interest was piqued. Now, don't tar me with the same brush as you, Sholmes.
Yes, well...
There's the whole issue of Inspector Gregson being investigated by Lord Van Seeks for some reason.
The Reaper, the Red-Headed League, Inspector Gregson, Lord Van Seeks,
and Kazuma. I fellas thought I knew we'd arrive at this point somehow.
Gosh, I think you're right.
What are we really trying to achieve here today? All the answers will soon be revealed. Observe the time, my dear fellows. The wrestles will be over very shortly. Yes, you're right. Kazuma was determined that he would be the one to prosecute this trial. And he was determined that it should take the defense. Take the defense, yeah. Just what is it that he's hoping to make me see, I wonder? I get the feeling we're a long way from the end of this trial yet. Who knows? Are you ready then, Mr. Sato?
Yes.
I do love that Bylif didn't really need to tell us to go in there. We literally just did it ourselves.
In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session again. We resume the closed court hearing of Baron Van Seeks, here present, who stands accused of murder. And now, then, Prosecutor Arasagi.
My lord.
Have you summoned the witnesses as I requested?
Yes, the 2 of the Red-Headed League who plan to carry out the deception. They arrived not long ago from the local prison by police carriage.
Ah, very good. Bylif, usher the 2 men into the courtroom.
Yeah, we met them before. These two men are currently being held in the police suspicion of attempt extortion. You may omit your occupations, but state your names now for the court. I am Fabian de Rossel, the son of the great de Rossel family from Nice in France.
My name is Peppino de Rossi. I'm the first son of the great Familia de Rossi, the landowners of Napoli.
The two men first became acquainted at a boarding school of European nobility. Those who graduate from the mix are the future leaders of Europe. But do you have any idea how boring it is to be born with noble blood? Alas, I make my mission to get the better of the world by employing the little grey cells of my brain. That is all I'm trying to do. So, that's the only reason for this whole grand deception you've been carrying out. Well, wait, you could say that.
Not bad, eh? He has grand ideas, but the petty plans. The strange combination is the charm of her hilarious brothers. The capo?
Listen to me, Peppino. I have the two things to say to you.
Oh, yeah? Are you about to tell me one of your grandi and undistorted anecdotes? Viva!
Firstly, I want you to stop calling me this capo. And secondly, we are not the hilarious brothers. This is serious business.
Tibello, there it is, the capo trump card. The furrowed brown. The furrowed brown. It's deeper, huh, capo? The furrow and meaning of your words.
The court has been led to believe that under the banner of the Red-Headed League, you have conspired to swindle money from unsuspecting members of the public. Is this true?
Wait,
This guy, I have no idea how to pronounce that. What exactly was the nature of this deception by which you planned to defraud? Alors, so I will explain it.
no, capo, leave it to me. As you see, we both have vivid red hair, no? At school, we were teased for this without pity. The capo here, he was many times behind the schoolhouse, crying like the Trevi fountain. Every night he would bury his head in his pillow.
Just bien, Peppino, enough. I will explain the rest. The first step was the newspaper advertisement. About 1 week before the plan was put into operation, we listed the name of notice in every paper in London. Yes, we saw that notice. It was this one, I believe. Entitled to the Red-Headed League. Oui, this is that. I'm honored that you have seen it. It states that the only condition for joining the league is having flame-colored hair. And that is you satisfy the interview panel and are admitted into the league. You can receive a weekly income of £4. On the date is specified, the red-headed hopeful gathered in the Droves Park specified in the advertisement. And from each person present, this pair took an application fee of 5 shillings. And with the money to France, it was planned most elegant none. No, it was most dishonorable. But to be frank, I'm stunned anybody was foolish enough to be taken in by such an obvious trick.
The park was described in one of these witnesses as choked with red-headed folks like the coaster's orange barrel.
and the day on which, as the men gathered to apply, it was the day before the victim was discovered. Crucially, these two men spoke face to face with every single person present that day. Boy, I have seen red-headed people in one day than I will see in the rest of my life.
Z. And now every time I see Capoeira, I feel sick to my stomach.
Anyway, why have we been summoned here today? Sorry? The date of our arrival was not until tomorrow, I was told. Naturally, neither of these men have been told any details about this trial. They've only been shown this photograph.
Very good. So, Mr. Rosso and Mr. Rossi, you will now give your formal testimony for the court.
Why do I feel like both of those names more or less just means red? Hold on, I'm gonna try and search this up because I'm curious about this right now. I'm just gonna do this for fun. So, apparently Rosso is actually a name that exists. Apparently not. So that's not a pun, it's probably just something there. Is there any... And, well, there is apparently someone that drives motorbikes. So, no puns on red. I thought it would be. Also, I'm gonna need more to drink because I'm gonna be honest. The judge's voice is killing me right now for some reason. There we go. Got myself a new glass. Or technically a bottle. I'm reusing a bottle right now. I know I have my bottle there, but I haven't fixed that yet. Of course, we're always ready to help with the law. You say that as being scammers. Fun. We had more than 1,000 red-headed people assembled in the park on Line Street that day.
I don't recall the man in this photograph. Hey, Capo?
None. I do not remember him. Obviously, he is dead now, but I assure you, he was not at the park.
Allora, the victim is nothing to do with us.
You have a lot to answer for, Peppino. It is your fault that we got caught in the first place. Okay. You have given sworn testimony that this is the man in the photograph who was not present. Can you be certain? Oui, I'm quite certain. We did not interview this man.
No one looking like this came to the park. This I can promise.
It must be noted that you have been arrested for ground deception, however. Accordingly, this court will have a little confidence in your assurance.
Offa, with this attitude, gotta nowhere, eh?
This confidential document obtained directly from Scotland Yard. It records any entries from the inspector's private diary dated the day before the incident. It reads Lime Street, Red-Headed League undercover.
Ah, I have the answer. Maybe there was another similar event in the park on the day in question, eh?
That is ridiculous. There's no question that Inspector Gregson was investigating the Red-Headed League, which means it's quite possible that when he was killed.
Very well. The defense may proceed with a cross-examination.
Yes, my lord. Okay, let's do this. Let's see if we can find some weird-ass bullshit in these testimonies.
Hold it!
1,000 people. That's a very big crowd. This was quite a spectacle. Redhead had come from all over the capital.
See, the capo here, he has the magnetismo animale, eh? Nobody else could attract so many people. If I could be born again, I would be the capo.
All those people wanted was the money, Pepino. The £4 per week.
Are you suggesting you spoke personally with all 1,000 applicants?
Oui. That we did. Because every one of them paid us 5 shillings. Wait a second. So they have 5,000 shillings. How much is 5,000 shillings? At the same time, it's not really close to like what it is. But it's like, is it 500 pounds then? Or am I just fucking mistaken? I'm trying to figure out what is the difference between a shilling and a pound is.
We take their name and we take their money. We take out their name and we take out their money.
Jesus.
And we take out their address as well. And then...
No clue. So for some reason they have 5 shillings. No, 5,000 shillings. I just don't know how it becomes in pounds.
And then I tell them we take some day to let them know. By a post, if finito, maybe 2 minutes per person.
My parents probably knew the difference between a shilling and a pound, but I definitely don't. No idea either. Like the money is like, I just get a feeling that the further in the future, the more the money is gonna become more of a bigger amount. Like before, we used to have like a 1 öre, which is like a 10th of a krona. Then we used to have 5 öre, which is a 5th of a krona. No, not a 5th, a half. And now we have 1 krona. I was like, I just feel like we're starting to like lose that. And I'm just feeling like, oh, next time the lowest amount of a krona we can have is 10. I was like, okay, what happened with 1, 2, 3? Something like that.
We start early in the morning and we stop late in the night.
So you earn 5,000 shillings in 1 day. It's a small fortune. We'd have thought there were 1,000 such gullible redheads in London to start with. One of whom was a great detective with chemically altered hair.
But I don't recall the man in this photograph, eh, couple?
Oh, right, well, I forgot. I'm gonna press this guy.
Hold it!
For some reason, I have spent so much time in VTuber streams and stuff that now when I just said press, I was like, what am I gonna press him in between? I just, like, the first thing that came up was thighs. Like, what the fuck? So I just literally thought, like, what if someone I know that's streaming literally does this, and each time they do this, they're just, like, talking about thigh press. Like, what the fuck? That came out of nowhere. Also, welcome, humble viewers, to the stream I'm holding here in our little kingdom in the corner of Twitch. Grab some snacks and something good to drink, and I do hope you enjoy your stay. We're just playing some The Great Ace Attorney here, trying to figure out what these two are up to. Well, technically we know what they're up to, but we hope to know that they were up to something else as well.
No, I don't think so. And now this is a wig, eh? He was trying to trick us. I don't like people who are trying to trick the other people.
The funny part is, I don't know where he's from, but for some reason the way he speaks just became like Italian sounding. It might actually be Italian because of the name, but I am uncertain. If between them, they interviewed 1,000 people with red hair, it would have been unreasonable to expect them to remember every face. No, signor. I be small. But my memories is very large. I never forget a thing. In my opinion, I do not think this man was at the park. He's not going to give the court a definite, it seems. Hey, Capo, you didn't see the man like this, huh?
Hold it!
There has to be something. But according to what you just said, you spoke with 1,000 or more people that day. Oui, that's true. My eyes were burning by the end of the day. Surely then you can actually remember every single face. How are you so certain that this particular man wasn't present? Normally, the red hair is very distinctive, eh? But not when you have 1,000 red heads crowding around. Then it's just an eyesore. But there was some other information you could I give us? Maybe then we could recall. That is not the line, Peppino. Remember, we do not remember. Remember him. We are sure of that fact, huh? If there was a man with a red hairpiece, but his mustache did not match the color, then I do not think it would be have good forgotten him. Jesus. Kisima said that those two had only been shown that photograph and they'd been told nothing else at all. Or what if I feed them just another detail? Fish and chips. I don't think the name matters. I can certainly appreciate that just knowing the man had red hair wouldn't help you remember in this situation. But what if I told you that the man was always munching on a packet of fish and chips? Do you remember a man who was eating unnecessary something? I don't know. Not really. I was looking only at the end of the applicant. I wouldn't have noticed the fish and chips any more than the caviar and the smoked salmon. Salmon. I know someone, I just don't remember, is gonna kill me for saying that. I don't remember who, because I know there was a lot of talk about how to pronounce it. Because I'm not English, which means when I see salmon, I read it as salmon because I see an L, but apparently it's salmon. Or a spaghetti me. I love this spaghetti. Really? I had no idea. Tell me again what you said before, Peppino.
Z, Capo, Z. Say it again and again.
Okay, so not that.
Hold it!
So it has to be something else. It was undercover, so I'm pretty certain it's not the name then. I feel it has... Fucking hell, I pressed the fish and chips again, mate! Also, for some reason, as I said, my brain is not really with me. I literally just started spam clicking. I did not stop. I was like, wait, fuck, I need to stop clicking, and it was too late. I was too late. Not him. Nope, not that. Oh, come on. I want to press.
Hold it!
There we go. Thank you. Oops. I'm not gonna spam press now because I am too afraid to click wrong. Does he actually have the feather in the hat or in his hair? Kinda looks like it's in his hair. I'm gonna try this. I can certainly appreciate that just knowing the man with red hair wouldn't have helped you remember this situation. What if I told you that the man in red hairpiece was actually a detective? Is the man in the photograph a detective? Yes. It would appear that found out a notice in the paper, suspicious, and decided to investigate incognito. Sorry, but this changes nothing. Hello?
Excuse me.
Excuse-moi? Something to add, Mr. De Rossi?
Yes, see. I'm always adding something. Parmesan, olive oil, pepper.
For some reason, actually, it sounds kind of lovely right now. What I mean is, did you not agree with your friend's last remark by any chance?
Eh? What did you just say? About the detective?
Yes, that... keep your mouth shut, Peppino. You have had said enough already.
But why, Capo? What is the problem? There was a man who said, hey, I am a inspector from Scotland Yard.
What?
Good lord.
Holy hell, it's much shorter than I thought.
Explain this whole volte-face in your testimony, witness.
It's simple, a man who was at a park.
There was not no such a man.
Madai, what are you saying, Capo? Have you forgotten, eh?
I have forgotten nothing. Nobody like this came to the park.
Basta, Capo, basta. You beat me at many things, but not two. The memory and the meals. Like I said, when the time to eat at the pasta. No one is at the pasta.
Jesus Christ. Like, just trying to add those A in the end is like, it's a bit of a hell for me. But you are inferior to me in every other way, so shut up.
Objection.
Both of us. Because I get the feeling we're not fighting Kazuma this time as we used to fight the Van Zeeks. Because he even mentioned things himself like, yeah, we have to go further, bring out this thing. Both of us is literally like, just start talking. Trupp trard, zamaszystane.
I did it, sir.
There was a man who came to the park, and he said he was an inspector from Scotland Yard. However, he looked nothing like the man in the photograph. He was someone else. How can you be so sure? Because, to start with, his face was completely different.
See, it is true, it is true. The man who came was a younger. His face was a clean shave. His eyes were a sadder. His chin was a thinner.
No resemblance whatsoever, then.
Anyway, I was not going to be fooled. I took the obvious precautions and said to him, if you're really a detective, show us the proof.
Z, the capo here, it doesn't take no for a no. Take a no nonsense, eh?
Jesus. But it was well prepared. He said he had an identification. Identification? You mean official police inspector identification?
And that is most unconvincing.
Sorry? My lord?
A counsel, no incognito inspector would offer his identification for inspection.
It's quite out of the question. That's fair. Definitely. Why would they expose his true identity? Clearly, the papers were fake.
Certo capo, you're a genius. As we say in Italia, it takes a thief to recognize another, eh?
So he's the Italian. And what happened after the announcement? After he announced he was a detective? He became very annoying. Is that you are under investigation? So I took his paper from him and chased him out of the park.
It was fantastico. And here, look, here is identification.
So, you stole it from the man?
He had it coming. He made us very scared. But it was not who he said he was. Bleh.
Indeed, the person described does not appear to have behaved as a true inspector would. However, I believe it would be prudent for these identification papers to be entered.
But I like them.
Why do I get the feeling that when I open this, I'm gonna see Mr. Vigil? What the fuck was their name? I want to either say Virgil or Vision. It was Vigil, right? Yeah, Vigil. Not Virgil. Even though I really want to say Virgil because holy crap, that boss fight. God damn.
And now let's return the witness testimony.
That's interesting. So I'm gonna check this because it has to have some sort of bloody thing in here, right? Open it up. Well, I suppose we see what the inspector identification looks like inside. Okay. Yes, it definitely looks fake, doesn't it? Out of interest, what name is given? Probably just something plucked out of the air. Tobias Gregson. It's literally... Wait, what?
This Scotland Yard insignia looks genuine to me.
But how?
And the department and the identification number details are correct as well.
Do you mean to say...
I know it seems incredible, but yes. I think this is a genuine identification book used by Scotland Yard.
What the fuck? Did someone steal that? Did he actually was a dickhead and show him I am an undercover cop? But that's unbelievable. This is a real thing after all. Okay, what the fuck? What the fuck? I wish we had a picture though. Because sure, it's just a name, but that might not mean that it's actually him. Yeah, we're gonna do this because the victim has nothing to do with this.
Objection.
They have the same goddamn name. I wonder if I could ask you to examine this identification book very closely, Miss Lestrade. Why, Miss Lestrade?
What is your intention here, counsel?
Is this really a fake or is it genuine? The question which we can't answer ourselves. Don't be ridiculous. No Scotland Yard detective would allow his or her identification to be stolen.
That is the boss. No question about it.
Oh my god. As I suspected. The undercover detective who attended the red-headed league enrollment under the day in question was the real Inspector Gregson, carrying out an incognito investigation.
Is that Dolores?
I just fell.
Order!
But if the boss had his identification stolen, he would have reported straight away. I mean, he was always only about it. If you lose something, report it at once, it said.
Could it be then that the inspector was physically unable to report it?
Basically, hey, what are you saying? What are you saying?
Unable. You're not suggesting. Yes, it's quite possible that he was killed before he had a chance to report his identification stolen. Order! Order! The defense persists that the victim was killed the day before his body was discovered at a different location. Do you two have anything to say about that? Face is crying. Pull yourself together, Peppino. Mon Dieu, can you behave a little more like a master criminal? Is that not? None? I do love this say, yeah, master criminal. They are not beating around the bush, they are criminals.
Now I wish I had a return to Italia.
Stop crying, Peppino, please. Otherwise,
Loomis, stop your whining and stop talking.
Well, I believe the court will need to hear your story in Jesus Christ. But you will tell everything, or face the worst possible outcome. You will dry your eyes and testify again. About these identification papers and the precise circumstances under which you came by them. The truth is, we do not took him prisoner and kept him for the night at our secret hideout. Even though I didn't think he was a real detective, I was too scared to let him go that day, just in case.
We took the man's identification from him and shut him in a room next to ours.
Wait, you're saying that was not your room? You mean to say you just shut him in a random ass room where we found a board of all the Reaper victims and the wife of Vigil? Oh my fucking god. There was might have been a little tussle, but we did him no harm, and the next morning we let him go.
He spent the night in a nicer room. It was nothing like a prison, really.
That's... I have no fucking idea what I was trying to say here.
But no. It was not like a prison. He was a very comfortable and very calm and happy. Hey, Capo.
Good, it was never a part of my plan, I swear it.
Uffa, so you think it was my fault, eh? Just because you got the date of the ferry wrong. By one little a day.
I do not think it was your fault, Peppino. I know it.
No. Per favore, Capo. It's not fair.
He always looks goddamn happy, though. You have plenty of time to squabbling back at the prison, gentlemen. I don't believe this. How could he have been a real detective? For some reason I managed to go from like France to fucking like Italian to him as well, more or less. Counsel for the defense, proceed with the cross-examination. The day before questioning. Huh. But he must have died the day before as well. Like, I don't know if these people really did it, because they are whining like hell. But I believe they made some sort of ruckus about something. Do you realize what you're saying? You have to believe me. I never intended for that to happen. And I'm sure the detective did not intend to either. do you think? But there was nothing else I could do.
See, nothing else. He was at the first crime for the capo. He was at the end of his wits.
I have told you before, Peppino, that is not the way to describe a criminal master. What about this hideout of yours? An old empty house behind the park on Lime Street.
We rented a rented place for 2 days. It was inspired idea by the capo here.
An impulsive idea, I would say.
No, not impulsive, inspired. Hey, capo.
What am I possible to say to that, Peppino? And it was in the house described that you confined Inspector Gregson. Oui. But you have to remember, I was under the impression that he was a pretender, not a real inspector. That doesn't quite add up though. If you didn't think it was a real inspector, there would have been no reason to take him prisoner, would there? None, you are right. But you could have been completely... But we couldn't be completely certain. I'm pretty certain he's from France. Because I'm pretty certain like there is a name that is from France, which is the Di Rosso. And there is an Italian which is called Rosé. So yeah, I do believe he is from France. Because both of them went to a noble gentleman school in Europe. So I'm guessing that was something like I believe they might be. And even if it's just his accent, like I kinda get just the whole France thing from the accent. Yeah, because why had he come to the park? We didn't know. There was a chance that he had seen through my plan.
And if it was a chance, we would go straight into the police station to blow a whistle on us. Even if it just a failing to be inspector, he was up to no good, without a doubt, Jesus.
I think most people would agree that it's you two who were up to no good.
Well, Z, you may be right. Hey, capo.
The point is, we're not able to escape from England immediately. That is why we had no choice but to take the man prisoner. What I don't understand is why the inspector felt the need to show you his identification in the first place.
Z, I asked myself the same question.
We were writing down the names and addresses of all the people who we took 5 shillings from that day. I have forgotten what name he said, but the address startled me.
Z, address, Scotland Yard, the Homicide Division, he said.
What? He probably didn't like your face, Peppino. Anyway, I was not rude. I just politely asked him why he had said it. And that when he started to say he was an inspector. Not long afterwards, he took out his identification. What the hell? I'm pretty certain it's not that much of a dumbass, right? Tell the court what happened next. You took him back to your hideout, you say.
Z, we did that.
Hold it!
That being his identification book here, correct?
Z, that's the one.
It made you believe that it was a forgery.
I've never seen a real one, of course. But he was so suspicious, this man. Allora, I was thinking it must have been a falso. Hey, capo.
For some reason, each time I talk like him, I just remember... No, I was about to say Marsh, but it's not Marsh. It literally is Allo, Secret Army. Which is brilliant, but there is literally from a Italian person there, and it kinda speaks like that. Oh, oui. It is just as Peppino has said. We were convinced it was not genuine.
And so together, the hilarious brothers, we took the man captive.
All we did was to show him inside a locked room. Then we made preparations to transport all of the money. In for a penny, in for a pound. In for a penny, in for a pound, awaiting a pounding. I don't know what that was, I just needed to do something about that.
Hold it!
What do you mean by a little tussle exactly? Boof, it was nothing. Just a minor incident.
The false inspector, it was a real piece of the work, eh, Capo?
What happened?
It was a disaster. We gave him a nice room, and what does he do, huh? In the middle of the night, he tries to escape through the ventilatore.
Can you blame him? Ventilatore, Watson. We chased him, ambient, sure, and we caught him again.
Hey, can you blame us?
Wait, you didn't shoot a man in your haste, did you? Absurd! Who do you think we are? Of course not. I simply caught on hold of him and took him back to the room.
Excuse me.
I do love that Mr. Rossi is literally the one that's just spitting words. Just gonna check the time.
Hey, me.
Something that Rousseau just said seemed to make you, well, it seems to make you act even more strangely than usual. What was that all about?
Cavolo, at times like that, you don't wanna have to have the capo after you, believe me. And I speak from a personal esperienza.
Personal experience. That is enough, Peppino. There is no need to say more.
The truth is, the night before we put the Red-Headed League plan into action, I was scared. It was not fair to the capo, but I tried to run away.
It's a shame you didn't manage it.
But the capo here, he came after me like the turbine, huh? And dragged me back to the house, kicking and screaming. Kicking and screaming. I still have the bruise to prove it, hey, capo?
Bruises, you say?
Hey, you wanna see, yeah? You wanna see my fantastic bruise?
He's gonna bloody strip naked soon. That is enough now, Peppino. No one wants to look at any part of you.
What to do, huh? I show you, or I don't. I don't. I show you, or I don't.
You do. Now.
Allora, if everybody wants to see, then I'll do it.
He's gonna fucking strip naked. Holy shit. Literally fucking strangle grip.
Yes, can you see? It's very visible, eh?
That red ring around your neck. You got that when you get dragged back to the house? Oh, also, hold on, I'm pretty certain I've fucking seen that thing before. Where have I seen that fucking neck bruise before? Hold on, I have seen a fucking neck bruise somewhere. Oi! He has a neck bruise. He has a fucking neck bruise.
You see, the capo, sometimes he is very strong.
I said that is enough. Peppino's neck is nothing to do with what was talking about here. You have a mama word.
Yes. What is your opinion, Council?
Actually, I'm gonna check something. I want to just check Peppino himself and see if I can see the neck. Yeah, he has the same. It is important. Because that means the guy they dragged back was actually fake. And also, welcome, humble viewers, to the stream I'm holding here in our little kingdom in the corner of Twitch. Grab yourself some snacks and something good to drink, and I do hope you enjoyed your stay. Mr. De Rossi, I'm going to have to ask you to amend your testimonies with detail about that mark on your neck.
Hey, Capo, you see, everyone is interested in what I say, yeah?
Don't worry, like, the only thing right now you have is kidnapping and just just scamming people. You don't need to worry about the killing because I'm pretty certain someone else has done that. And it's getting very closely and closely to something very, very close here. Very well, you will amend your testimony as requested, Mr. De Rossi.
See, if you can really wanted to know. But the Capo put the collar on him and dragged him back, like what he did that to me, you see?
Hold it!
I'm gonna press that. Are you saying that red mark was caused by...
See, a big collar made from a leather.
Jesus. I know that some people might be into that. Is this true, Mr. De Rouse? What? We had a St. Bernard at home when I was younger. It is a souvenir from that time. That's interesting. Well, I myself, if you're talking about I don't have that. Fucking hell. I just felt like that's interesting. I felt that was pointed towards me. Pointed somewhere else. It is not on me. It is a souvenir from that time with a very strong chain. A strong chain. And you put that around your friend's neck. I am sorry. I am so angry that they was leaving me alone.
You don't have to tie the chain to the leg of the bed, though. Would not try to run again.
You didn't do that to Inspector Gregson as well, did you?
Treat the people as a quickler.
Jesus, all the different A's in here. Holy crap.
Is the Capo here as a motto, eh?
It's starting to sound more like a prison all of a sudden.
The Capo is a thought. It's a thought. But the Capo is a rough.
I shouldn't have done it. So, the following morning, when you released Inspector...
He had a red ring around his neck, just like a mine.
Peppino, Silvao's blade. Leave it now. S'il play, I believe it might be.
Now you know, eh? The Capo here don't wanna tangle with him, eh? But for the Inspector, it's not so bad.
It's pointing firmly at the redheads. Oh my god. Holy crap. Okay, so I'm gonna check something. Can I? Okay, I might be absolutely mistaken, but I'm gonna present the picture because we can actually see the neck there. Could you not jump so much? There we go. Thank you. So the day before his body was discovered, Inspector Gregson was taken prisoner while working incognito. No, it was not like that. It was hardly a prison. It was an invitation to stay. It was homely. However you described it, there is one glaring inconsistency that remains. What inconsistency is this, Council? Also, I'm gonna do a bit extra today because I literally missed like a 30-minute of my stream. I would ask the court to look closely at this photograph of the victim, Inspector Gregson. You will see that there is no red ring visible around his neck.
But
That make no sense. It was me who took at the collar off the man in the morning. And I saw the red bruise on his neck, just like I have. Given that the mark is still clearly visible on this witness' neck, we expect to see the bruising on the victim who was put in the collar more recently than Mr. De Rossi. No problem, Turtle Girl. Have a good evening. Don't worry, I'm getting the feeling I'm gonna deal with gossip later on more. Probably Venus Dawn as well. I'm gonna call her Venus Dawn because I know a Venus Dawn, and I'm gonna, each time they say the name, I'm gonna call her Venus Dawn. Also, welcome, Gani! Welcome to the stream! How are you? How are you feeling?
Indeed, that is most peculiar.
Well, what we tell you, eh? No, I'm fine. It's either the weather or all the programming. Well, technically I don't do as much programming. I still do programming by trying to read and understand it, which is a bit of an hell, but my head is just a bit like a stone sometimes. Not like difficult or like in pain. It's just like just like hitting a rock in the middle of nowhere. So I'm trying to deal with these two. Oui, Pepino, it is right. The man is in the photograph. He is someone different to the man we held captives at night. Okay, I'm kinda scared on and whatever or not I'm gonna be able to go to the 11th grade considering my grades. I don't know really what to answer to that. I hope it goes well. Like, I have more or less the same worries right now just because of all, like, the bullshit. I say bullshit because literally, if you remember me complaining about a certain project we had, many of us had problem with that. And it's like, not just, oh, we did not understand. It's more or less like, oh, the teachers did not really understood how to actually explain or teach how it was supposed to be done. So, yeah, I'm kind of like worried by a lot of things because I feel like I personally I'm not like good at some stuff at this, and I just feel like I have to continue, which means that I have to somehow be capable of doing things I'm not capable of doing. But I hope it goes well for you. I hope it actually goes well. The man who visited the park on the Lime Street posing as an incognito inspector was not Inspector Gregson at all.
Objection.
If that's true, however, how do you explain the inspector's identification? This is a genuine identification book issued by Scotland Yard. It is inconceivable that someone would have stolen such an important item from the inspector. But yeah, I hope it goes well, Kenny. But hey, at least I got to talk with I have heard that name before. I'm kind of worried if it's like a joke thing or not. I remember you had said that name before. I am like very suspicious.
Which surely means we can't divorce the two event completely.
Oh my god, Gani.
If there were real Inspector Gregson, who these two red-headed gentlemen encountered, the fact that no bruising can be seen around his neck defies explanation.
But equally, if they actually encountered an imposter, how did that person come to be in possession of the real inspector's identification?
Does the defense have something plausible to explain to explanation, counsel?
The whole thing defines explanation.
It is for precisely these occasions that we keep meticulously notes in the court record, Miss Naruto. Because those are the facts, and the facts cannot lie.
Oof. Hold on, I'm just gonna open the window a bit more. I feel like it's like, tell me what you wanted to tell me, and I'm gonna just. Good one. Something to do with stuff. I have no idea what that means. I don't know. For some reason, I believe it might be the warmth in here. I just feel like more. Don't worry. It's not like I'm streaming until the edge of collapse. I'm literally not collapsing. Also, I'm gonna do a bit of a longer stream because I had schoolwork until 5 and it took like 20 minutes or something to start my computer. So I got like 20 minutes late. So yeah, I'm gonna do a bit of a longer stream today. Or technically, it's gonna be too longer. It's not technically gonna be longer. Very tantalizing, Miss Naruto. Why don't you help us to see whatever truth it is that you have apparently seen? Who is exactly was this inspector that appeared before me? Is the Rose and Rose? An imposter. Yeah, I found a lot of this old doll stuffing. Fucking hell, this is the second time today. Literally, Aaron was here before just saying sorry. And literally went with a joke afterwards. Since no bruising can be seen on the victim's neck, the person these two redheaded men took prisoner that they cannot have been Inspector Gregson. Also, he goddamn scared me with the goddamn skeleton thing. God damn. In other words, the whole argument up to now has been a waste of time.
Protection.
On the contrary, I haven't finished. Yeah, I like Aaron. What? There's no bruising on the victim's neck. So the question is immediately posed next is... Who exactly was this man in the park on Lime Street found to be carrying Inspector Gregson's identification? A fellow man that does these nuts joke. Yeah, I feel like you two are getting along together, both of you. Which is good. It's always good for a community to just like bind together. Whoever this man was, the capo dragged him from a pillar to a pose with the dog collar. Okay, so apparently you can see around this guy's neck, he has a mark because of a old dog chain. And I remembered, I just like got a little remembrance that I have seen someone with a similar sort of marking. Mon Dieu, Pepino. I was not so harsh as you say, huh? Iris! Hi! How are you? How are you? How are you? Hold on, I have to do this. How are you? We're gonna do this. So. There we go. I'm just chatting. Nice. I do love that many people that just considering it that shout out just like just more or less threaten me. I know I did it for Rave when KP raided me once and she was like I wasn't the one raiding. I'm like I don't goddamn care. But I'm fine. A bit warm here, so my head is a bit like I don't know, blown up a bit if you could say so. Doing a lot of schoolwork, so often I'm like going to bed early, so gosh, appreciate the shout out, but still. Oh, so lovely. I do love that emote though, especially the shaky one. Do love it. So yeah, I do hope your streams have gone well as well. Right now it is 24 degrees inside and 11 outside. The sun is going down right now, so it is not that warm, but because my window has been closed, then yeah. It's nice. I haven't been able to be there just because I'm going to bed early because of school and stuff. So fortunately I've not been able to be there. Yeah, it's a 24 inch. So like my room is very small and very able to become warm. So even just with a computer that like heats up very good, it becomes like 24, 25 degrees in here. And when it's like daytime and it's like 25 outside, also most of the times it's literally because of the roof, because I have a roof just above here, just underneath here, and because of that it's like getting warmer in here. Anyways, even expressing an interest in coming to my yeah, I do love to try and see all of your streams. It's just like sometimes I'm not capable to.
Take that!
Because just like check who has been live and just see like, oh, I don't know, 5 o'clock in the morning or like 12 in the like midnight to just see like, yeah, I've not been able to be there. But it's nice to see you here anyway. Yeah, we have a nameless man here apparently. What on earth could a street seller be doing with a police inspector's identification papers? I was technically supposed to say he wanted the money from the Red-Headed League, and I'm not joking, they are calling themselves that. But why actually have the identification then? Witness. Is this a man or not? Yeah, it's always nice. Oh, what is that? That is a... Yeah, I really like that. I've said it many times. I do really love like VTubers emotes. There's something like personal with those, and many times I have seen like a few streamers emotes as well. Like I've seen someone called Madia, and she has like the very different, like the bless I used to use, ahoy, and a gremlin cat. But like whenever I see a VTuber, it's like it's always so fun to see like all these personal ones, which I absolutely adore each time I see one. Yeah, I love that one as well. Hold on, I have yet many emotes. I made myself this one whenever I became affiliate. Oh god, I have to commission someone for more. It looks so odd. Yeah, I love I really love the emotes. I'm using them a lot whenever I am on people's streams. Rather than making such a rash claim next time, you should bite your lips instead. It seems improbable, yes, but one undeniable fact remains. During his testimony earlier, I noted something around the man's neck. A red bruising. A red ring of bruising, what's that? Kuzi, oh, I love that. Like, I just adore them. And like, there are just like so many happy vibes. Like, sure, you had a stabby one before, but I love it anyways. But I just love the like happy vibe stuff. The defense demands that Mr. Gossip be brought back to the stand. So yeah, I'm doing some voices here today. Also, I'm doing like about like 40 minutes. Yeah, they turned out so well. Like, I do love them. They are looking so amazing.
By leave. Bring the aforementioned witness back into the court. Immediately.
See, I'm doing voices for this. For some reason, when the first time I played Ace Attorney, I started to do voices, and I just like kept with it. What was that? I always have to like check closely. Gremlin. I love that. I love that one. That is so adorable. Just a gremlin one. Oh my god. I do love that most terms used by Gremlin was the first emote I commissioned. Shake emote. Gremlin chaos. Oh, I don't know why, but each time I am watching a VTuber or anything, there's always something mentioned with a gremlin. Like, always. Nothing else. Always a gremlin. Well, I love it. Oh.
An identical to that of the witness beside him.
Now, what's going on here, eh? I've always had this me. It's a birthmark, isn't it? Hell is not a birthmark. A birthmark, you say? I assume the reason you have been recalled to the stand has been explained to you. Aye, something about an inspector again. I'm telling you, I got it all wrong as usual. You're denying all knowledge of it. Well, of course I am. Are trying to kill me with all this nonsense, eh? Fair point. Fair point. Absolutely fair. Now, we're going to need you to testify again. And you, Mr. De Rosso and Mr. De Rossi. I'm sure you'll all cooperate, won't you? But do we have any choice? We are in big trouble, eh, Capo? That's quite enough, dilatore chatter. Proceed with the testimony. Let's see how this goes, then. So for some reason, the guy to the right had the dead inspector's identification on him, trying to pose as a redhead detective. The man who claimed he was an inspector that day was definitely not this man.
You're the right, see. I think we would have forget these grand lips are.
I feel like something is up here. Okay, I'm gonna check here. First of all, let's check the people. Let's go to Gossip. So Gossip has that kind of hair. I'm gonna check something. It kinda actually looks like him. The hair, at least. The lip, I don't know. I never leave Frisco Street, alright? Not any interest in any red-headed league. I'm all alone in the world, May. I have no kind folks or nothing. Why would I be involved in something like that? Just look at me. Does this look like I could carry off a disguise with a face like this? Yeah, the question is that the disguise? It would certainly appear that we have the wrong man. What have I been telling you, huh? There is no need for this pointless testimony. That's right, I'm just a simple peddler, remember. Francis Street is all I know. How could I come by a police inspector's identification book, eh? Well, yes. It's hard to explain, but... a brief cross-examination, I think, counsel. Very brief.
I stand steadfast at your side as always, Miss Naruto.
And he's just standing silent. I don't know what his deal is. We used to be friends apparently, and then he became a prosecutor.
Hold it!
I'm trying to figure out what is supposed to be done here. Yeah, I mean you have no family. No, none, not at all. I spend my days on Francis Street peddling tidbits to passersby. Hoping just between us, this is what eventually someone else with lips like mine will come along. Thank you so much for that, Iris. I absolutely appreciate it. Hold on, just because. Oh, shit. What? Hold on. Boop. There we go. Thank you so much, Iris. Anyway, that mark on your neck is just... Oh, Jesus. Misclicked. On your neck is just too much of a coincidence for us to ignore. It's kind of fun. And for some reason when you said that, it reminded me when someone actually used points to get the ASMR one. And I literally got the saying that I sound like a villain somehow. No, a lot of that are self-conscious about their voices. Yeah, that's the thing. I'm self-conscious about my voice when I hear myself. Sometimes I feel like my voice gets like high-pitched for no reason, but I have no problem with my voice. But thank you so much. Thank you so much, Iris. I absolutely adore that. There's nothing I can do but flick my lip. Okay, I feel like something's going on there. Yeah, I'm talking about you, Gani. I'm talking about you. I did not know if you were still here or not, but yes, I'm talking about you. You were just so silent. You literally mentioned that I sound like a villain.
Hold it!
I love it though. I love it though. Maybe you could say with that mustache or beard or cover up that lip. Oh, good God. Alright, perhaps. Yeah, I'm too joyful. For some reason, whenever I do ASMR, I'm like doing more or less like a very slow and very like postured voice in a sense. So I don't really know. But yeah, I can understand. I have a lot of laugh very often. What was it? 15 minutes? Okay. How the hell am I supposed to do that with the voices? Okay, I'm gonna skip the voices then. What if I was going to stick with some fake facial hair to cover up this fine specimen? And that I'm looking like his lordship over there. Wouldn't I? Pardon? I assure you, my lips are entirely unremarkable. And I would ask you not to cast such scrutinizing looks in my direction, Counsel. Sorry, my lord. This is gonna be so fucking weird though. Well, Inspector Greg's like I cannot hold my voice because I'm doing a goddamn low voice with a girl here. Hold on, I'm gonna go back again. Well, Inspector Gregson did wear a mustache, of course. Like, you're making me laugh so much. You're making me laugh. God damn it. You're right, he did. So, perhaps he was hiding something himself. Yeah, it is. It absolutely is. It absolutely is. We could barely have hidden a scrum in his mustache of that size. And anyway, the detective we spoke with had no facial hair at all. See, the capo is right. He was a clean shaven. It certainly seems beyond the realm of possibilities that this witness could have disguised himself as the victim. Aye, it does, and it is. Oh god damn it. You do understand that, Gani, that I am probably gonna laugh my ass off each time I'm doing a girl's voice with this voice. It does not really work that way. But oh well, I am just gonna try to bite my lips together. Hopefully it does not become like his lips later on. Ooh, I'm very curious what that is now actually. I might just check past someday just to see what that is. I cannot really do much of like a duo sound ASMR because this is the only mic I have. Technically, I do have another. I might try to see if I can do something with that someday, but who knows. But I really want to see what that is for something now. I'm very curious. I'm gonna see whenever I am free, whenever I am capable of actually coming to your streams. But yes, I would absolutely would love to know what that is. You actually checked Irish. Yes, personally I would not do an ara. Yes, I do understand that. There are many people I've seen that have aras. I know that Gani would save up for it very often.
Hold it!
I have seen many people with that. I've seen ara. I have seen Konpeko. I have even seen Ikodane, which I realized might actually be something for this. Ah, I see. Well, that's actually fairly interesting. I would actually want to visit one day. Oh, and see what's happening. And see how that is. But yes, I technically have my ASMR as 690 because Gani wanted really well to have something to have some 69 in it. Yes, you do that, Gani. Absolutely do that. Speaking of numbers, I am... Ah, yes, the 1950. Ah, in several hours. Yeah, 1950. Yeah, the funny part is, the 1915 was technically a mistake. I did quote the Sit On Me Mommy when I played Resident Evil 7, was it? Village. Yes, I think it was 7. The funny part was that I had two softwares, two bots to actually handle my quotes. So for some reason... No, I did not. I actually mentioned it because there were many people that wanted that. I personally didn't see that sort of attraction to her. She was more scary than lovely, we say so. But yes, so that quote was made, and the second one, 15. I was apparently playing Watchdog Legions. That can be fair, actually. But that is a truth I cannot deny. Yes, I did shout that. I quoted it like a theater. I really went into the role there. But yes, the second one, the 15, I was playing Watchdog Legion. And apparently there is something people say in Britain when they say they're hard. Apparently that means they're tough. And for some reason, I do not remember, I quoted, "You think you're hard." So then these two different bots, one quoted Gani's 19, but the other one randomly put out number 15, which literally became a thing here on the channel, which literally becomes "Sit On Me Mommy" and "You think you're hard." And no other random quote could have been that precise together. Yes. But I believe I was very confused at the time of what that actually meant. But those two quotes, they could not be more fitting together than anything. And I still seem to have at least a few minutes more of this ASMR. Well, sort of. Van Seeks, I would guess, is more of a lower voice and a more forced lower voice. This is more or less a voice that I am comfortable speaking with. Yes, I have done that myself to forget to tab in into a game. It's kind of fun because I've lately been playing a battle royale game called Super Mecha Champions, which is literally a anime people mechs fighting game. Yes, he did. He absolutely did. But yes, sometimes it's kind of fun, but I play that game while watching streams. And I do love how I can tab out of the game, but somehow I can still survive. Which is, I could say, more than luck. But yes, I do enjoy it. I do enjoy all the streams I watch, and I'm trying to enjoy as many people as I can. Especially from the team and even from the associations I managed to learn to know now. But I'm trying to figure out here.
Hold it!
Also, I'm gonna need to take a sip. Ah, oh, there we go. Elite Dangerous. I have never played it. I am just gonna check something. I believe I know what game it is, but I'm uncertain. Let's see. I think it might be... No. Actually, I do not know really. I have seen images of this, of the title screen at least. But I do not think I have seen... No. I might have seen some gameplay. I believe Russia has actually played it. Ah, I see. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that they're all like bandits and even pro bounty hunting and stuff like that. Uncertain though, I might be a lot mistaken. I only know that I watched Russia one time. And it played some sort of, well, spaceship game. But I do not know what it was named. I cannot remember it. Ah. Well, interesting. It's very interesting though. I personally cannot say that I have a full favorite of a gaming genre. I seem to like whatever I can get my hands on more or less and enjoy. Most of the time I guess I have been playing these kind of visual novel games, which I do highly enjoy.
Is that so?
Oh, what would that be? I am
Excuse me.
very interested to know. Most of the time when I've played visual novels, I would say the first one I ever... No. Either the first one I ever played was one of the Ace Attorney ones. Ah, yes, I have actually played that. I have played Valhalla and even... what is it called? Coffee Talk, I believe it's called, which is quite similar to that game, actually. And even a spin-off game that was called Read ROM, which is Read Only Memory. But yes, it's a very good game. I highly enjoyed it. Ah, that's interesting. I don't know. Yes, I believe ROM came first and then Valhalla. And I think I've seen somewhere they're actually going to make a second ROM game. I think. It's either that or I'm mistaking it for the second Coffee Talk. I know at least that something like that was around. But they are actually very interesting games, and yes, I do enjoy them. It's very funny sometimes, the comments and that. Nirvana. I might actually remember something like that. Hold on. Let me just search it up because I'm very curious. Ah, yes. Nirvana. Uncertain. I kinda like actually the boss, just the way she behaves rather carefree. I would say she is one of the favorites. Yes, Dana Zane. I do love though that most of the rumors you get about her is literally how strong she is. And didn't she have a baseball bat or sort? I'm trying to remember such a thing. The funny part is here, Iris, that I'm very curious. Yes, I thought so, Gani. I was very curious because I was about to search it up, but I was about to warn Iris that often when you're talking about games that no one really heard about, it often is those kind of jokes. Where dispenser? Well, good luck with that, Gani. Yeah, I don't remember about the bionic arm. I believe people have very different rumors about that in the game. But she's very interesting. I'm pretty certain that... Which one did you say came first? I'm just gonna... ROM came first. If I'm not mistaken, the real reason was never concerned, but I'd let her break. Good damn it. Yeah, I do enjoy her. I do enjoy her, and I forgot the name of the... No, actually. I kinda like the android as well. Just because she very often lighted up the mood. I would say those two and the main character, of course. But yes. But I'm actually realized... Yes, Dorothy. Dorothy, and the problem is it was actually a long time ago I played this game. I have played it, I believe, at least twice or thrice, but I do enjoy it. I believe I might someday just stream it, just because of it. But yes, I do enjoy Dorothy. Even though I do remember what she works as, her personality I do really enjoy. Oh my god, Yes, of course, I will absolutely do that. Also, I just read about the name that they said. Huge bone. I forgot about that. Well, so, 15 minutes are up. So I'm gonna stop with that now. I have 15 minutes as a timer. Which I believe is good enough for a ASMR at least. But yeah, they literally mentioned huge bone. Which I never is gonna take seriously. But that's the thing. We found that name as a sort of false name before. Yeah, the funny part is that I made an ASMR and I never really had a timer on it, nor did I have a time set for it. So I literally thought like, okay, I'm just gonna do something, and like, oh, you know what, let's just do it 15 minutes. So it became 15 minutes. But more or less by pure chance in a way. But at the same time, I did not have also a timer for how long the redeem was going on. So I had on Pokemon, which was the first time it was used, and half an hour of ASMR, which was fun. Now I've at least done it, so I do ASMR each half an hour. More, wait, no, fifth. I'm trying to figure out how. I think like this 15. I don't remember what I actually set it on. I'm gonna have to check that later. Yes, you doubled it. You doubled it so much you just could. Because the name just mentioned has a very deep significance in this case. Oh yeah, I can understand that in a sense, because as you have heard, I do voices for this game, and holy crap, all the different voices I have to make. That's why I don't really do other voices for games that doesn't have voices, because I only do it for this game. As it happens, my lord, that particular name has already been mentioned during today's proceedings. Well, I never. In what capacity? Yeah, that is absolutely fair. Like, you should really rest your voice. Either do like small ones now and then, or just do a large one very so often. Huge bone.
The name of the lace holder of the room.
Let me put this very simply. The victim's body was discovered in your rented room. I suggest, sir, you start talking. Well, alright. I suppose that may be the case, eh? I feel he might be... I believe now that he actually is the husband of Miss Vigil. So, in the beginning of this, Miss Vigil came and said that her man was missing, which was this man, which I believe has more or less the same hairstyle at least. So then we managed to go and find him, and like, he's supposed to work at a prison. But he never actually worked at a prison for 10 years now. I have no idea, but I'm very like suspicious of you, Genny, whenever you bring up very weird name. I'm like never capable of taking weird names seriously from you now. But yeah, so we managed to get that, but then we managed to also find out that that our friend has got killed now. So we had to do that instead. But apparently, we managed to now figure out that there was this one, which is a photograph of Mrs. Vigil. Which means that it is in the room as Huge Bone actually rented. And if he is Huge Bone, which means that he do not want to use his real name. And his real name is Mr. Vigil. You should more or less be like used to that, Gandhi. We thought of how many different names you sometimes pick out and just managed to go with it. You literally managed to make the Kirby game and twist it into a These Nuts joke. Do you really think I would like just believe in huge ass? Like, yes, I know what it kind of sounds like, but I just feel like something is very off. That's just that I forgot to share my heights, and it's entertaining to see the response to it. Sure, if you want to, I am not gonna stop you. You do. And once every 6 months, I'm gonna pay the rent to the agent on Lime Street. Holy shit! Holy shit! You're way taller than I am. Holy crap! I just have, wow. Yeah, you're absolutely an android from a shooter. I pretty deserted to do that. Holy crap! Yeah, I believe I personally, like, I haven't not measured myself in a long time. I would guess I'm around 170 and above. But yeah, holy crap. Ah, yes.
Aye. If either of us is a vulgar, it's not a me.
Oh, I do love it. Think again, Pepino. But I do love it. My operator is only 180. Oh my god. Just, oh my god. I kind of want to, like, measure myself now. I'm just gonna, like, okay, this is how tall I am. And then just gonna continue until I get how tall you are. Holy crap. Dang, though. Absolutely dang. I was gonna just do something here. I'm just gonna do something in the background for just later purposes. Wait, what do you mean by that, Caddy? Something tells me TikTok girls apparently supposed to be like 2 meters? Why didn't you bring this up before? I'm not interested in TikTok. I'm a mommy style android on Twitch. I got better stuff to do. Fair point. How many mommy type people do I know on Twitch now? I just realized that. I just realized that. Like, we have Miss Valkyrie. We have Lyra, which I know she says she's like that. We have you now, and kinda Yoko, which I actually learned to know from Dariel. Yeah, it is quite commonly. Not gonna lie. I actually got like small streamer adopted by Yoko. It's kind of fun because she's like adopted VTubers, but for some reason she adopted me. For some reason I just stick out like there is no tomorrow. Yeah. The funny part is I cannot really explain how you mean by that, but I can understand how you mean by that.
Hold it!
Yeah, fair. I To be honest, Gani, if you ever go to Tay's stream, do not call her that. She doesn't like that. Because she she takes it seriously. It's a fair warning. Yes, that also. That also. No sexualization. I love her for who she is, and I adore her for what she's doing. That's also a fair point, Gani, why you would actually do that. That is a fair point. I only know because I've, like, especially now under the first of the year here when I was quarantined, I've watched a lot of her streams and there have been people there that does that. But yeah, there is actually people that does that, but mostly because of the whole thing. Personally, I would say dragons, because I do like dragons. I have 2 small dragon... I don't know what you can call them, statues at home? So, literally dragons. Do the honors. I did tell you, Gary, that like, you two go along well together. Oh my god. Oh my... Do you understand? Oh my god. Oh my god, you two. I should have not. I should have not. Personally, like, I've said it before. I'm not gonna say it again. I personally take some stuff very literally. Of course, I more or less know when people are joking. But whenever people start talking about stuff, I take it like a conversation. And then that happens. Oh my god. Oh yeah, it literally actually got me 2 times today. I did tell Gani that you literally said sorry, and then you went for it. Oh god. Knowing that the Xenocram is actually history and completely changes things. Piracy. I think I got... Oh, Iris. I believe I know where that is going. Do not try. That one I've heard before. I have heard that one before. I know that one before. Oh, good god. I know where you're gonna go with that, Iris. I know where that is going. That was fair though. That was a nice try. Oh, I love it. Also, I'm getting kinda knackered. It is actually in half an hour. Baby man, yeah, so people are calling me baby face just because whenever I cut my hair and shave, I more or less revert, like, what is it, 5 years or something. Let us see, it happens a lot here. Plus, I'm pretty certain I've heard that Sea of Thieves before. I've heard that many times before, so I believe that I kinda got that like that there. Also, that was very close into the last one, so I just get, like, I had my armor up there. I do like to... I love it. I do love it. Oh my god, both you and Gani. Holy crap. But yes, I just also realized it is past. He's jiggling his lip. It's a part of his lip. It's a lip. Oh my god.